Okay, here we are in the Ghost Bridge near Florence, Alabama, setting up for the 21st day of shooting of The Man in the Maze. Now, on this day of shooting, they're actually at this old bridge that has been condemned since the early 80s. It's still a popular destination by local folks, and there are a lot of stories about ghosts here. I'm shooting this handheld with the VX2000, an old Sony camcorder I've had about 10 years. Still works, a few of the knobs aren't doing what they're supposed to anymore. The film is being shot on a Canon XHA1, I believe it's called, high definition camera. Absolutely beautiful pictures. Now the bridge is in pretty good condition, but there's this big hole in the middle and a few boards missing. But here they're getting ready to do a take, so let's listen in and see what happens.
Quiet on set. Action.
Well, the cast is too far away for us to hear their voices at this point. The sound technician on the shoot, Thor, is using wireless microphones to pick up their voices at their location. Plus, he's using a long shotgun microphone to pick up ambient sounds. I'm holding the camera on a monopod braced against my knees so I can get it above the heads of the two folks here in the foreground, which includes Michael Mitchell, who's the assistant director and screenwriter, and I believe that's Sophia Swam there on the left. You can't quite tell from the back. But as the crew gets a little bit closer, or the cast rather, we'll be able to hear a little bit of what they're saying. So let's listen in. So we can hear the ambient sound is quite dominant on these outdoor shoots. We see Thor in the red there is our sound technician, and in the first person, the ball cap and the gray jacket is Mitesh Patel, who is the director and the executive producer of the movie, and behind him is Josh Hodgins, who is our DP for the film. Now the crew, as we can see coming forward from left to right, are Andrew Roth, Leanna Warner-Gray, Eric Williams, and Stephanie Lomenick. Now here you can see the camera focusing in on the texture of the sweater and the crew in the back, or cast rather, going out of focus. That's what you get when you leave your camera on autofocus. I should comment, it's actually very cold out this morning. Between takes, the cast runs over and puts on their jackets and shivers and tries to stay warm until the next one.
Not to use Alice's tagline. Let's get moving.
Here we see Michael Mitchell again doing probably one of the most important jobs at the moment, is holding the coats and jackets and sweaters, so as soon as the cast gets across the bridge, they're going to be grabbing those and running to get warm again. Getting ready to start another take, so let's listen in on that. Okay, here I'm zooming in from still back behind the production crew, and I'm holding the camera up over my head, so it tends to be a little bit shaky when you zoom in this much and hold it in such an unusual position.
There's no one around here for miles, all right? It's just some animal that's caught our scent and now it's gotten curious.
Cut.
8B, take one. Quiet on set. Action.
Ghost bridge? What the hell is a ghost bridge?
Well, that's what this bridge is called in this area. It's said to be built near the burial mounds and through the doorways and spirits and things.
It looks really modern, but this area was undiscovered.
Well, it is, for the most part. The bridge itself was built in the 1820s. Legend says in the 1850s, a runaway slave was caught here in home. After he was dead, the French mob.
Here we're actually shooting a reverse angle shot. The crew is on, or cast is on this side of the bridge. The camera is going over into the woods on the other side. Oh, and here is Diana Mitchell, who's the stunt coordinator for the film, helping with all the fight scenes and activities in the film. And here we can see the camera crew off in the woods through the fog again. Now, this contraption was built by one of the crew members, Brandon, with the idea of being able to use it like a dolly, but it also allows, with the camera mounted on the edge of it there, it can go out over the water and get shots of the cast as they're coming across the bridge. Brilliant idea. I think it's a very practical thing. They're experimenting with it. Unfortunately, the sun was coming out. You can see most of the fog is already gone. They were trying to recreate the fog, keep it to last a little bit longer for a few close-ups, but it didn't quite work out. And pretty soon here, we're going to have to shut down for the day, head back to the hotel, and try to do some things there. And here you can see the cast again with their jackets on, rehearsing. The white fabric was hung up behind so that they could throw the background out of focus, and that would look like fog just off in the distance. It's actually hiding the trucks and vehicles used to get to the set here. So it'd be quite cluttered if it wasn't there. And here you can see with all the fog burnt off. A beautiful scenery out here, but I needed the fog to finish for the close-ups for this scene. Well, the cast knows they'll be coming back in a day or two to shoot the remainder of the shots required for this scene. So they're rehearsing a little bit more while everybody else is starting to put away the equipment. I want to say thanks to everybody on the cast and crew for letting me come visit for the day and seeing how things go on a real movie set. There are a few more days of principal photography and then a couple of months worth of editing and sound work, and then finally making DVDs, distributing the film, entering festivals, etc. We're looking forward to seeing The Man in the Maze sometime later this summer.